This is a, what is it, '05 PT Cruiser. Huge oil leak coming out of the crank seal. The customer brought it to me and told me it was the cam seal, but that's irrelevant. It's the crank seal, front main seal. I'll show you what we got here, if I can, with one hand. $63.4, so 63.5, right? $64.9, so that's 1.5 millimeters, right? Give or take, you know, a few thousandths. Anywho, specification is no more than 1/4 of a millimeter of play. So there's too much play in and out on the crankshaft, and I don't know if you can, you can hear me shoving it in. Usually you wouldn't even be able to tell there's any play. Minimum is 0.09 and maximum is 0.24. So this is way over that. It's pushing the crank seal out. Can we see? Yeah, it's sticking out, right? There's oil everywhere. So anyways, if your PT Cruiser keeps blowing the front main out, you're gonna need a rebuild or replacement engine, because the thrust bearing, thrust washers, whatever you like to call them, are having too much play in and out, and it's gonna continue to push seals out. So now that's basically, the end of important information on this video, but I'm going to tell you what happened to this car specifically, because it's kind of a crazy story. So I know the history on this car because it is a buy here, pay here lot that I do work for. This car left there in great shape, right? No leaks. I mean, you can see the dog bones new, and AC works, heat works, for a PT Cruiser, it's in really good shape. But she bought it from that dealer, the person that owns this car now, bought it from the dealer, and then had it for a few months, time for the first oil change, in her possession. So she took it to a quick lube place, right? And the car, wasn't low on oil, wasn't leaking any oil. Take it to the quick lube place, and when she goes to leave, it is pouring oil out so fast that she can't even leave the parking lot. It has to have it towed, and the place is like, well, something happened to your car, it has nothing to do with us. So she tows it to her house, has a mobile mechanic come out. He comes and does the timing belt job and puts a front main seal in it at the same time. And she said as soon as he crunk it up, it started leaking oil again. So obviously he crunk it up, it pushed the seal out again. And he ended up only charging her for the parts, which was super nice, because anyone knows PT Cruiser time belt job is not something you want to do for free. So then she calls me and says, hey, can I have it towed to you? I'll look at it. I was like, okay, but she kept telling me it was cam seal. So she brought it to me, and I was like, oh, a cam seal. Let's see, is this still on? So I didn't even crank the car because there was oil everywhere. I was like, if it's a cam seal, I'm going to, check PCV pressure, but first I'll snatch the valve cover off, because I can take this cam cap off and see if the seals are pushed out and possibly get them back in without doing any front work here. That doesn't matter, because that wasn't the issue. Even once I got behind here, I was able to push the timing cover enough to see the cam seals were fine. And you can see how clean this motor. So this is in tip-top shape, especially for a PT Cruiser. Anywho, I'm like, oh no, crank seal's leaking. It would have been much easier for me to just measure in play at the harmonic balancer, at the crank bolt. But, hindsight's 2020. I didn't know what the reason for this problem was at first. So I took the timing belt off, just cut it because it was soaked in oil. And then once I took the harmonic off and the crank gear, I could see the seal was blown out, and you could just pull on the crankshaft and it was going in and out. So obviously the quick lube place probably just changed her oil, forgot to put oil in it, started it up, it ran, did damage, Oh, no, 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 shut it off. Then they put oil in it. It was too late at that point. Put oil in it, started it up, blew the seal out. I'm sure that's what happened. You can't drive a car around not leaking any oil, just get oil changed. And it's like, you know what? I'm thrust bearings are just taking a walk. We're done. It's not even a stick shift car, so there's no real pressure pushing that way like you would have if you had a clutch. Anyways, the mobile mechanic did the time belt and had the seal blow out again. He replaced the oil at the same time. So I wish I had that old oil filter, the one from the quick lube place, because I would cut it open. There'd most likely be metal shavings in it, and she'd have a leg to stand on to say, hey, y'all kind of owe me a motor, you know? And if I was in a better place and it wasn't a one-man show here, just me, if I had some way of just throwing her a motor in here, I would, because she seems like a good person. And, you know, she kind of lost it on the phone when, you know, she's only had this car a few months and now it needs an engine. She kind of started crying and stuff. So, you know, just comes with the job. But anyways, yeah, hopefully that first bit of information was helpful. You know, check your endplay if your seal's blown out. That way you're not wasting time, money, and, you know, parts on a car that needs an engine or a rebuild. That's it.